support it either underneath your hips, so your knees will open up a little bit down, your hips will open up a little bit, or support it underneath your knees if you have 3 blocks all over. Trying to cross a little bit more rather than just the ankles, try to cross a little bit more to the, maybe the feet underneath the knees if you have the access to that in your body. Place your hands on top of your thighs. Start with your hands at the crease of your hips and your thighs, and then just move the skin down and place your hands on top of right above your knees. So gentle pressure on your thighs to allow them to open a little bit more. Close your eyes and gaze down to the tip of the nose. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Excuse me. Chin parallel to the floor, crown of the head to the sky. And notice as you breathe what happens in the body, what starts to move, what starts to still, what starts to relax. And feed into the spaces that relax. Let go of the tension in the places that don't relax so easily. So maybe send a little signal, a little inner email to your neck, shoulders, and hips. And if sitting cross-legged, makes you really grip up on anything, your feet, your heels, your glutes, then change the position and just find something that's comfortable for stillness. On this next inhaling breath, press your hands a little bit more down to extend your spine a little bit more. And on the exhale, bring the chin to the chest and round your spine, come backwards. You can hold on to the front of your knee if you're sliding a little bit, just, there's no real pressure there. Inhale, pull your chest forward, lift your heart. So like the small little cat-cows in a seated position, round the spine. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round and curl. And then keep that going with added side-to-side movement. So you may go bigger, you may not go that big. Just let your body circle in one direction. And then the other direction. Come back to the center on the next inhale, stretch the arms all the way overhead. Hook your thumbs together, reach your arms up, spread your fingers. Pull your elbows down, not too far down, just a little bit, broaden the collarbones. And lean over to the right side, keep your left hip grounded. Inhale, return to center, exhale to the left side. Keep the right hip grounded. Inhale, return to center, exhale, bring it over to the right side. Inhale, back to center to the left side, exhale. Inhale, return to center, stretch your arms up. Exhale, take your right arm behind you, left arm outside your right thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, turn to your left side. Inhale for length. Exhale for depth. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, turn to your right side. Inhale, return to center. Exhale to your left side. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, release your arms, lean back, and just switch the cross of your legs. You can shake out your legs or not. And then adjust yourself if you're still sitting on the block. Just get it back underneath the sitting bones. Once again, place your hands on your thighs. A little gentle pressure downward. Pull the shoulders back and away from the ears. And then just lift out of that pelvic bowl. Pull the belly button to the spine, the pelvic floor muscles up. Good. One more time, stretch the arms overhead with the inhale. Switch the thumb cross. Lift the arms way up. Spread the fingers. And then rotate the torso to the right. Release the left arm, bring the right arm behind you. This time, bring it back far enough that you can lean back a little bit. Press down gently on your right thigh, and just look over your right shoulder fairly dramatically. Like a 40s movie star is what I'm thinking. That little Veronica Wade look. Inhale, come back up to center and switch to the other side. Take the left arm behind you. Just gently gaze over your left shoulder. Press down through the right hand to the left thigh. Inhale, return back to center. This time as you exhale, bring your arms forward. Walk them just far enough to feel the glutes or the back of the hips start to press down further to the wall, the block, or the floor, and get a nice little stretch into that back space. Couple of round breaths here. And then walk your hands back in, sit up tall. Release your hands and separate your legs. Bring them on either side of your block, wider than your hips, so as wide as the mat for many of us. Push the arms on the inside of the thighs and hug your knee into your thigh, into your arm, and your arm into your thigh. Walk your fingers forward. Draw the belly button in and up. Tuck the chin in and just put a little rounding into the spine here. So we're supported with the block. There's no real big stress into our hips. We're not holding a squat low. We're sitting on a block. Left arm's going to stay down. Right arm moves to your right thigh as you twist open. And then stretch the right arm up and open. Reach your fingers to the sky like you're being pulled to the sky. Ground your hips to the block or the floor. And then take the right arm behind your back. Maybe you'll interlace a little bit more. And even some of you might take your left arm in front and bind from the outside of the left leg. So all different variations. It's early, I know, so your shoulders may not be warmed up yet. Your torso may not be warmed up yet. No judgment, just go where it goes. If you're fully bound, release it. If you're half bound, release it. Both arms come back out in front of you. Hug the knees and the triceps together. Keep the right arm down on the inside and forward of the right leg. Left arm to the inner thigh. Rotate your torsos. Individual torso. Stretch your left arm up and open. Stay with that. Or take your left arm behind your back. Maybe interlace it. Maybe take your right arm in front of your shin and grab a hold of your left hand. If it's forcing you to hold your breath or lose your movement, get rid of it. Because that's ego. Release the bind if you have it. Both arms out in front of you. Walk your hands forward and squeeze your knees onto your triceps. And then draw the heel of the hands towards the feet. Just feel that action. Inhale, pull yourself off of the block. I don't care how you do it again, no judgment. Turn your toes forward, but keep your feet wide. Have your blocks on either side of your hands and walk your hands forward so that you're an arm's length away from your heels or from your feet. Soft bend in the knees, bicep by the ears. Shake out your head, yes or no. And shift more of the weight towards the heel of the hands than the heel of the foot. There's a soft bend, if not more of a bend in your knees. But the weight is your hips over your heels, not beyond your heels, not behind it. Inhale, lengthen your spine, come to your fingertips. Let's go ahead and take a block in front. Put both hands back on the block, again, at least an arm's length away. Send your right arm underneath your left arm to your left leg and then look under your left arm. First, start by letting your hips shift to the left side. Notice that. And then shift the hips so that they're more centered. Hug the right hip into the left hip into the right hip. And then use the arm's traction against the leg to twist. Good. Release the bind. Right arm back. Left arm takes the same steps over to, I don't know what's going on with my lunch there. To the right side. Look under your right arm. Now shift your hips over to the right side. It's nice. It's got a long stretch from fingertip to heel. And then draw the leg back in, just a little bit different action happening. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Both arms are forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Put your hands to the floor. Move the block off to the side. Step, step back. Let's keep it wide again. Downward facing dog. Pinkies at the edge of the mat, chest to the thighs. Soften the knees and then start walking the dog. So the first time, just bend one knee, then the other. And of course, if downward facing dog is too much at any point, go to your knees. And then let's stay in this wide-legged downward facing dog. Pushing the weight away from the hands and towards the heels of the feet, but again, bending the knees is always fine. Inhale, let's measure out our plank. So come to a plank position, belly pulls in, crown of the head, tailbone, one long line. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower your heels to the floor. Bump your hips over to the right side. Inhale, bump your hips over to the left side. No, sorry, I'm cutting this because he's on my bad list right now. Come on back to center. Inhale, shift back to your plank. Hold your plank. Shoulders over wrist, knees are lifted, belly is strong. Look forward. Lower your knees to the floor, keep them wide. Touch your toes and push your hips to your heels. Child's pose. Release for the lower back. Walk both hands over to the right side. Place the left hand on top or longer than the right. Look under your left arm and push the hip to the heel. Inhale, lift your chest, walk over to the other side. Right hand on top of left. Push your hips to your heels. Inhale, come back to center, walk your hands forward. Come to your hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Step your right foot back. Tuck the toes underneath you, pull the belly in, level out your hips. Keep your foot on the floor, but bring your left arm forward. Thumb up to the sky. So you wanted this lower back. We've got some spinal balancing happening here, but we're going to keep the right foot on the floor for now. Good. Inhale, lengthen, 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 and lower the left hand as you exhale. Spin around to your left side, right arm up. Reach up. Now take your right hand and sweep it underneath your left arm. Reach to the opposite side of the room. Inhale, stretch the arm up. Exhale, reach underneath. Reach and rotate. Inhale, extend the arm up. Exhale, reach around and rotate. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, lower your right hand. Turn it around. Right leg lifts off the floor, left arm reaches up. Inhale. Lengthen out of your spine, long, one length from head to tailbone. Exhale, hand and knee down. Inhale, step your left foot back, tuck the toes under and level the hips. So you're going to want to sink more into the right hip and lift the left hip up. So level out the hip points. And then stretch your right arm forward, thumb up to the ceiling. Pull the belly in so you're not collapsing through the middle spine. Inhale. Good. Exhale, right arm comes down. Spin to your left side, left arm comes up. Lift out of the right side waistline. Reach your hands in two directions. Inhale. Take your left arm underneath your right arm and rotate. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, left hand down, left leg up, right arm out, thumb up. Pull the belly in. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Find levelness in your body. Is that a word? Exhale, hands and knees down. Sit back on your heels, child's pose. Stretch your arms behind you, interlace your fingers. Reach the arms away from your back. Tuck your chin to your chest, forehead to your knees, and crown of the head to the floor. Stay there, or lift your hips from your heels and come into a modified rabbit or an early rabbit. You should see the rabbits that are running around my backyard and front yard these days. Now there should be no weight in your head here. Inhale, release your hips to your heels, keep your arms together. Roll up to sitting up on your heels, knuckles behind you, chest lifts. Exhale, release your arms forward. Child's pose for the breath. Inhale, shift onto your knees. Drop your hips down, but keep your pelvis lifted. So we're not on the floor, and our legs are down on the floor. Kind of a modified, a hybrid, if you will, upward dog. Now, as you push back, tuck your toes, sit back towards your heels. From here, lift your knees up and come into your downward facing dog. This time the feet are hips width apart, or maybe wider or closer. Bend one knee again, then the other. Come back to the center, find some stillness, and bring your feet a little closer together in that stillness. Inhale, lift onto your toes, and turn just your heels to the right, chest to the center. Inhale, rise onto your toes, turn your heels to the left, chest to the center. Inhale to the center. Shift to a plank and hold your plank pause. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg in the air. Exhale, send the right foot through. Place your hands on either side of the foot or on two blocks. One if you, that's all you have. Inhale, right knee over the ankle, left heel over the toes. Back leg is firm. Broaden through your collarbones. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Take your right arm to your right hip. Rotate your torso to the right side. Inhale, stretch your right arm up. Reach it all the way up. Stack the shoulders. Hug the hips to midline. Inhale. Now exhale, tap your right hand to your left wrist. And open it up again. Inhale. Exhale, tap your right hand to your left wrist. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, tap your right hand to your left wrist. Turn your left foot on its side. Walk your right foot more to the middle of the mat so it cuts off the inside angle of the leg, of the foot. So your right heel and your left instep are in line. Right hand stays on the inside on a block. Right knee bends. Bring your right hip underneath you and stretch your left arm up. Breathe in, breathe out. Now take your left arm and bring it inside and underneath your right leg. Reach the opposite side. Feel like you're being pulled with your arm. Feel that action. Inhale, open up. Exhale, return underneath the leg. You can always bring the bottom knee to the floor. Inhale, extend. Exhale, reach underneath. Inhale, bring your left arm up. Straighten your right leg. Walk your hand to your thigh. Lift your torso up. Inhale, rise up. Left arm down, right arm up. Now turn your right toes, move your block. Turn your right toes to the left side of the space. Feet should be parallel. If you need to adjust them, you adjust them. Put your hands on your hips and give yourself a little massage in your spine. And then take the arms behind you, interlace your fingers, knuckles down, chest lifts. Soften the knees and fold in between your two legs. Let your head come down towards the floor, but if it touches easily, shorten your stance a little bit. Reach the arms up and away from your back. Let your head hang down. Shift your weight forward towards the balls of your feet. One more breath. Inhale, release your hands underneath your shoulders or onto a block. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, stretch your left arm up, holding with the theme of twist. This time on the exhale, walk your right arm a little forward and take your left arm outside of your right thigh, look under your right arm. Again, let your hips sink over to the right for a moment and then hug them back to the center. Pull your chest to your thighs and rotate. Good. Inhale, return to the center, lengthen your spine. Right arm comes up. Exhale, release it inside and grab and underneath your left arm to your left leg. And move your hips to the left a little bit, move your left arm forward, and then hug your arms into your hips into the center. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, lower your head, chest, arms to the floor, walk your hands forward, take your block with you. Step back to a downward dog with your right leg in the air. Stretch it high. Right leg down, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high in the sky. Come high up on your right toes. Exhale, step your left foot through. Hands on the floor or the blocks. Lengthen your spine. You can shift a little forward and back, just get some relief into the back leg. Left knee is over the ankle, back heel is over the toes, so energize the leg. Keep your right hand down on the block or the floor. Inhale, open your left arm to the side. Keep your hips low, hug your hips to center. Inhale. Exhale, bring your left hand to your right wrist. Inhale, extend the arm open. Exhale, tap the wrist. Inhale, extend the arm open. Exhale, tap the wrist. Stay down here. Take your left hand on the inside of your left foot. Turn your right foot on its side. You can bring the left foot in closer now. Right arm comes up, open up, twist. Exhale, reach it through. Inhale, extend open. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. Straighten your left leg. Move your block off to the side. Place your left hand on your thigh and lift your torso up. Inhale, rise up. Turn both feet towards the right side of your mat. Interlace your fingers the other way. Inhale. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Okay, reverse it. Come back to center and then turn your feet. Hands behind you, one finger over from the other side. Soften the knees and forward fold. Head down towards the floor. Feet should be parallel to each other. Adjust them if they're not. At this time, release your hands to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Walk your hands to your right foot, both hands. Bend the right knee. Send your weight back towards your heels. Keep the left hand down and stretch the right arm up. Take the right hand behind your back, maybe to the inside of your left thigh, and then straighten your right leg again. Fold. Breathe. One more breath, get your biggest space. Empty the breath, look down, release your hands. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your left knee, walk your hands over to the left leg. You can do it either way. Bring your hips back. Stay in this position or take the right hand down, left arm up, open twist. Keep bending the left knee, sit back towards your heels. Take the left arm behind the back, maybe grab the inside of the thigh. Good, now straighten the left leg as best you can. No one's looking for perfection here. Well, you might be, but you shouldn't be. I'm not. Good, release your hands. Bring both hands back to the center, inhale. Exhale, walk around to the front of your space. Step your left foot back in the air, three-legged dog. High up on your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift to a high plank position. Pause, shoulders over wrists, belly in, heels over toes. Take it a little forward of your wrist, bend your elbows, go halfway down or go to your knees. And then push up and through, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg high. Exhale, send your right foot through. Place your hands on the floor blocks. Inhale, bend. Good. Now, reach your arms, right arm, left arm behind you. Imagine that you have a block, or take the block with you. Imagine that you have a block and you're pushing it between your two hands. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now, release the left hand down, right arm up. Right arm down inside. Left arm up. Heel toe your right foot to the middle of your space. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Bring your right hand on your thigh. Not your knee, your thigh. Inhale, come up, reverse. Now, exhale, bend your left knee. Bring your hands to your heart. Right toes turn up. Hips go back. Right arm to the floor, inside or on top of the left leg. Left arm comes up. Inhale, straighten the legs. Turn both toes to the left side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften the knees, walk the hands behind you. Fingers facing away from you. Pull the elbows in and bend the elbows, kind of like a reverse chaturanga position, or what you might go into peacock with. Breathe in, breathe out. Hips over your heels. Inhale, lengthen. Walk your hands under your shoulders. Lift up. Exhale, walk around to the front. Inhale, three-legged downward facing dog. Open your right hip. This time bend and straighten the leg. Bring your right knee to your chest in a dog. Stay in dog. Then float the leg down. Inhale, shift to a high plank. Lower your arms halfway down. Less if possible. And lift up, not more. Downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high in the sky. Exhale, send your left, did I say right leg? It's left leg. All right, hands on the floor of the blocks. Squeeze and hug your hips towards each other. Energize your legs, both of them. Particularly, really, the right leg. It needs to have energy. And then release your arms by your side. You're not collapsed on your thigh. You're just hovering above it. Reach your arms back behind you. Keep the hips square. Drop a little down. You can always be on your knee. One more breath. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up, twist. Inhale, left arm down, right arm up, twist, and turn your right foot on its side. Heel toe your left foot to the center. Right arm comes up, back leg is firm. Inhale, straighten your front leg, bring your hand above your thigh, lift your torso. Inhale, reverse. Now, exhale, bend your right knee, hands to your heart, left toes turn up, hips go behind your knees, sit as low as you like. Left arm comes down, right arm opens up, twist. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, toes face the right side of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, this time take your hands to the outside of your feet and pull your elbows out to the side, head down to the floor, hips over heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release your hands, lengthen your spine. Inhale, walk around to the front of the space. Exhale, three-legged dog, left leg up, open the left hip. Lower the foot, shift forward to plank chaturanga, or skip it or add to it. Downward dog, exhale. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise to your fingertips. Take your arms by your side and hover your chest off your thighs. Interlace your fingers here. Lift your chest a little bit more. And then rise up to standing all the way up, crescent lunge with your arms bound. Bend your back knee a little bit. Sink your hips lower. And then as you extend your spine, arms down, straighten the back leg. Good. Inhale, lift out of your back foot and shift forward again, but don't let your chest touch your thighs. Good. Breathe. Reach the arms back further. Inhale, release your hands to your heart. Now, you can take your two blocks and put your hands on in front, or you can float your leg up and then take your hands to the blocks, or take your hands to your heart. Warrior 3 pose. Left leg is in the air. So either you're supported or you're floating your hands, wherever you want your hands, by the way. So if you want your hands forward, more challenging on your body. Side, back. Good. From here, just take your hands back to wherever they are and step all the way back into that crescent. Release your hands to the floor block, straighten your front leg. Turn your left foot on its side. If you'd like to use a block, put it on the outside of your right calf. And this time stretch the left arm up in the air. Triangle pose. And this one will hold for a little bit. So your right heel is either to heel, heel to instep, or wider depending on your body. So lift your left arm up right over your right shoulder. If you're not stretching the arm in the air, put it on your hip, it's fine. Work the bottom side of the body. Look down at your right toes. Inhale, draw yourself back up with a straight leg. Bump your left hip to your right. Exhale, bring your hands back to the floor, turn yourself forward. Step your back foot in a little bit closer. Inhale. Exhale, fold. So make sure that your feet are not on tight ropes, rather on train tracks. Pull your right hip back and your left hip forward. Inhale. And exhale, fold over your right leg. Let's do the same thing, everybody, today. A block on the inside of your left foot. Inhale, place your left hand to that block, right hand to your sacrum. Come up halfway with your torso. Pull your right hip back and left hip forward. Rotate your torso. Right arm over shoulder, palm faces away. Reach and rotate. Twisted triangle pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep pulling the hips more level. So drop the right hip back and down, lift it forward and up. If you can see yourself in a mirror, great. If you can't, because the balance is involved as well. You look pretty good to me. Take one more breath. Good, and release. Take your block to the side. Step your feet back. Just go to downward dog from now. Inhale, float your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot through. Place your blocks in front of you again. Come to your fingertips. Good. Hover your chest off your thighs. Reach your arms back. Interlace your fingers, the opposite finger on top. Lift your chest up, open your shoulders. Press firmly through your front heel. Inhale, rise up, soften the back knee. Lift your chest. Sink a little lower. Inhale, lengthen and start to just straighten the back leg a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, come back to hovering over your thigh. Reach your arms to your heart, to the blocks, in front, to the side behind you, and float your right leg off the floor. So you can start and supported, you can stay and supported, or you can bring your hands wherever it satisfies you for today. Working on leveling the hips. Turn your toes down, point them back. So the right hip drops down. Take a big breath in. Now the descent, step the right leg back. Come up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Turn your right foot on its side. Take your left hand either on a block outside of the left leg or on your thigh, foot, wherever it is but your knee. Stretch the right arm up in the air. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. Energize your legs. Inhale. And exhale. Reach up, reach up, reach up. Now I don't remember if I did this. Inhale, rise up, reverse. It's okay if we did or didn't. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Spin your back foot around, coming a little bit closer. Put your block on the inside of your left foot. First, lengthen your spine, inhale. Put your right hand on the block. So make sure your feet are wide enough apart that your hips can get level. Put your left hand to your hip. Lift your torso up. Pull your right hip forward and up, left hip back. Lengthen out of your torso, twist to the left side. Stack your shoulders. Left arm up. Twisted triangle. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Perfect flow. One more breath, find your biggest space. Exhale, lower hands to the floor. Step back into a low lunge. And step your left leg in the air, three-legged. Open the hip and the knee. And then find your downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg in the air. Exhale, step your right foot outside your right hand. Not too wide, but just bring the right hand to the inside of that foot. Lower your left knee. Okay. So hug your knee and your arm towards each other, like we did earlier in our class. And then some of you might even shift your shoulder underneath your thigh and reach your right hand behind you onto your back. So let me see if I can show you from the side. Hands on the inside, right hand comes inside, and just back onto my back. Not going to work for everybody. Now if that feels good and you want to try more, left hand comes off the floor behind you as well. And no takers, huh? Alright, so we'll keep the knee on the floor then. If you're bound, release it, both hands on the inside of your right leg. Now turn your right foot out. Take your forearms to the floor. And stay here. Toes on the floor. Right knee opens a little bit to the side. Two more breaths. Inhale, put your hands to the floor. Turn your right foot forward. Straighten the right leg and fold on the inside. Pull the right hip back. Fold over to the inside of your leg. Knees can be bent, hands can be on blocks, toes can be up or down. Just pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Grab a hold of a block if you have it. Place it on the inside of your left ankle or calf. You may have to adjust when you get there. And then go ahead and have a seat back on the block. If you want to sit on the floor, great. You'll have your heel in your hoo-ha. It's the best way I can say it. All right, sit up nice and tall. Good, so right leg is straight, left leg is bent. If bending the knee behind you is not a happy place, adjust your leg. Keep your right hand down. Inhale, stretch your left arm up. Rotate your torso a little bit to the right side. And exhale, bring your left hand outside your right foot. Now get Get enough leverage here that you're not collapsed onto your thigh, and that you can stretch the right arm back behind you. Gaze back at your right thumb. Relax your left shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Flip your palm up and over. Bring the right hand on top of the left hand, crossing at your wrists. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release your hands. Sit up tall. Inhale. You can move the block, but you can keep it back there because you know there's a side V. Come back into a low lunge. Hands on either side. Tuck your left toes. Stretch your right leg back in the air. Float it down. Take a vinyasa or skip it or add to it and just meet back in downward dog. Left leg in the air. High up. Exhale, step it on the outside of your left hand. Lower your right knee. Good. Just sink forward. Feel the release in the right hip. Good. Take your left arm. Snuggle it under your thigh. You don't have to. You can stay right where you are. If you can get it through, you can put it on the outside of the foot or maybe bind it behind your back. Just bring it behind your back. And then hug the knee to your shoulder. If you want to take the right arm and grab the bind, go for it. And of course, if you're feeling it, the right knee can come off the floor, but I noticed the last time nobody took the bind, so I didn't even offer that up to you. Those of you who know you can, you're welcome to it. One more breath. Release the hands back onto the inside. Turn your left toes to the left and sink your hips down. Come to your forearms. Two more breaths. Come back to the center, bring your hands down. Lift your chest, turn your hip forward. Begin to straighten your left leg, fold on the inside, pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Toes up or down, you choose. Take your block, place it the long way, outside of your calf or ankle. Walk your hands back and sit on the block. Right knee is bent, however you choose to have it. Left leg is out in front of you. Sit nice and tall. Inhale, stretch your right arm up. Hinge forward. Right arm outside of your left foot, thigh, ankle. Rotate to the left side. Stretch your left arm back behind you. Look at the thumb if possible. Lifting the belly away from the thigh. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, float the left arm up and over, cross it over the right wrist, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Release your hands, sit up tall. Exhale, bend your front knee, come off of your block, move it back to the front. Step back. Three-legged dog. Downward dog. One more vinyasa if you'd like to take it here. Push forward to plank, chaturanga, upward and downward facing dogs. Come to your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Take yourself through to sitting on the floor. Feet on the floor, line up your heels with your sitting bones. Have a block nearby, sit up tall. Chin to chest, roll down through your spine. When you get there, bring your knees to your chest without using your arms here. We're going to open the arms to a T. I'm going to turn to the side a little bit. When your knees are on the outside of your ribs, take your feet to the ceiling and bend your knees down. Now in Happy Baby, we use the force of our hands, the assisted force of our hands to draw the legs down. See if you can do this without your hands right now. Pull the belly into the spine, ribs down. Knees are as wide as you meant. Don't hold on, but don't make it too much effort on any other part. Roll onto your left side a little bit. Come back to center, roll to your right side a little bit. Good, not so far that you can't come back up to center. We'll do it one more time, side to side. Little oblique action happening here just to stop you from falling over. If you fall over, it's good too, because we're going to go there in a second. Come back to center. Push your knees open, and now take your hands to the outside of your foot. If you like your big toe grip, whatever grip you prefer, it's fine. Hold on or release your hands and straddle your legs. Tailbone on the floor. Flex and point, roll through the ankle. Take your hands together in prayer now. Head and shoulders lift up. Reach your hands through. Pull your belly to your spine. Inhale, stretch your legs up. Reach your arms up. Reach your hips up. Lift up for 10, 9, 8, breathe, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right. Knees fall over to the left for spinal twist. Inhale, draw through center. Exhale, shift your hips left. Let your knees fall right. Inhale, return to the center. Exhale, reach your hands to your foot, shins, ankles. Lift your head and shoulders up. Lower your head. Stretch your legs straight up in the air. When I say straight up in the air, it means they're not over your face, they're over your hips. So more of an L shape, but you won't feel it as much as if you could see it in person, right? It's not as high up or as far back to your face. I'm covering my eyes because the sun is in my eyes. Take your hands underneath your hips or to the sides of your hips. Point and flex through the ankles. Roll the ankles, both directions. And then keep a firm leg. Draw the belly to the spine and the ribs down to the hips. And start to lower your legs out and down. Out and down. Now when the legs finally touch the floor, rest on your forearms, lift your head, chest up, and open up your heart throat. Any variations of this pose are welcome. Once again, very little, if any, weight on the top of your head. Take a breath to bring your chin to your chest and roll back down to the floor. Inhale, stretch your arms behind your head, interlace your fingers. Flex your feet, legs are firm and straight, belly and ribs down. Inhale. Lift your head and shoulders up, point your elbows towards your toes, look down. This is like, to me, the classic looking at the beach at the water picture, with your legs out in front of you, toes, heels in the sand. So keep reaching forward with your upper neck, shoulders off the floor. And then lower your head to the floor. Hug your knees in. If you've got anything else you'd like to do before we take a resting pose, then this is the time to do it. If you want to do a shoulder stand, a headstand, an arm balance, anything that's speaking to you today. Legs up the wall without your hands supporting, right? Just getting onto the wall. Or just the legs up in the air or on a block. Or simply lay back onto your back and prepare for your Shavasana pose. So wherever you are, finish out the breath. If you're doing one side then the other, then make sure that you do the other side. And when you're ready to surrender your body to the earth, you can be still supported by blocks, bolsters, towels, pillows. Just let go of everything on the floor, from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. Start to give your body that opportunity and the permission to let go and do nothing but breathe. So without force, bring the breath in and out. And notice that the tension starts to melt away from the body, and that all the good efforts we placed on the body for the last hour are really getting to do their job. Giving us space, giving us peace, giving us freedom in our body on this Memorial Day, looking for freedom and space and peace for sure. Empty out Shavasana.